A state lawmaker from Buffalo wants to make it easier for small businesses to be certified if they're minority or women-owned.
That certification could open up more opportunities for them. Joining us now from Albany to talk about this and other timely topics is Senator April Baskin. Senator, thank you for joining us.
Hi, Kelsey. Hi, Jeff. Thank you for having me.
Hi. All right, let's talk about this. First of all, what would you like to do here, and how could it make people, register a little easier?
So, just for context, most governments across the nation have goals in which they aspire to utilize small businesses to do contracting with. Prioritizing those that are owned by women, businesses that are owned by minorities, or businesses that are owned by service disabled owned veterans. And this has been policy across the nation for decades. And we are always trying our best to perfect that process. In order to be able to engage, you have to be certified, usually with your local government. And so those business owners who fall within those categories, women, minority, service disabled veterans, they have to go through a pretty lengthy process to get state certified so that they can compete for contracts. And I'm doing my best to limit the barriers that they face. So last week in the state legislature, I passed the MWBE Cure Act, which means that if a certification effort or application has been kicked back to a small business owner for any reason that they may have an error or a mistake that they have made, the time is now doubled in which they have time to correct their contract and still move forward with the certification process.
Senator, is this something that could be passed perhaps within the state budget?
This is happening independent of the state budget. So this bill passed independently on the Senate floor a week ago. There is a sponsor in the Assembly who is working on passage as well in the coming weeks. And then we do not expect any holdups with the administration, with the governor's team on signing the bill. I think all of us want to make sure that our small business owners have every possible entryway to stability when it comes to making revenue and their economic status. And I think the most secure way to do that is to be able to contract with government, because we know government is always going to have money as long as there are people in our community working and paying their taxes. So my goal is to always make sure that that money gets back into the pockets of neighborhoods, of families, and of the business owners that help our communities go round day to day.
All right, Senator, let's get to that budget. That has been delayed a couple of times now. When do you foresee this actually getting passed?
Well, it's no secret that I'm new to the state legislature. This is my first budget negotiation. And I've been working hard, with my colleagues in the Senate, in the Assembly, to listen to the governor's needs, the governor's demands, and also the demands and the needs of the general public. And we are weighing those concerns and working as diligently as we can. In the past, the negotiations have gone on for a very long time, and I can rest assure you that nobody in the state Senate wants it to go any much longer. But I'm here in Albany now. We are working hard to find compromise, to work together and produce a budget that really benefits all New Yorkers.
Senator, you had mentioned that you are a freshman. This is your first budget negotiation that you're involved in. Can you talk about some of the big issues, though, that are at hand? What are the sticking issues?
The governor's proposals that are robust, and I think they are interesting, but they are nuanced, and they range from legislation around wearing masks in public to banning cell phones with students in schools, to involuntary commitment, those in the community that are having mental health struggles, being able to be admitted based on a professional's opinion to get help. I mean, all of these things, discovery, is another thing that has been very popular today in the halls of Albany. So, all of these things drastically change lives for New Yorkers. And so we are just making sure that the proposals before us truly benefit our constituencies. And I'm proud that we are taking our time and working towards compromise. But in the same vein, government has to go on. People need this budget passed so that they can prepare their needs and their individual budgets for organizations that they run. So, we're kind of in a space where we want to get it done, but we want to get it done right.
Let's get to the new stadium. That final steel beam was put in place last week, we know, and you were that huge champion of the community benefits agreement. Where do we stand with that? Are you still trying to fight to make sure that gets implemented? And is it being implemented in the way that you foresaw when you pitched that?
Yeah, well, don't use past tense when referencing me as an advocate for the CBA. I very much still am an advocate for the CBA. I'm now in a new capacity where I'm in the state legislature, and we all know that when the stadium is done, that the property will be an asset of the state and again of the taxpayers. The topping ceremony at the stadium was remarkable. I think the most beautiful highlight of it was to see all of the workers, just the economic impact, how many people are being able to provide for themselves, their families, pay their mortgage, put food on the table because of this massive once-in-a-generation construction project. So that was beautiful. The community benefits agreement is being implemented, and the Buffalo Bills are definitely they have showcased their first report that does show over $3 million of community investment. What my continued advocacy is not whether or not the CBA is being implemented into the community. I'm glad that it is. We fought hard to make sure that it is. But I just want the community to have equitable access to the funding. I don't believe that all of the $3 million should be in kind. So I think it's important for us to have a plan to make sure that a portion of that is cash investments into the community. And I also think the community at large should be able to apply for CBA funding. At this point, there is no application process for a community organization, a softball team, a developer who's working on affordable housing or building a grocery store in a food desert. These are all areas where, according to the CBA, the bills have to invest in, but there's no pathway for folks to actually have an application and say, here's my project, here's what I'm working on, I want to be considered. So cash investment and community access is my newest advocacy point. And so I think what we have and what the bills are doing thus far is absolutely unprecedented. And I'm very proud of the community benefits agreement, but because it's new, it needs to be massaged a bit. And these are things that we did talk about. A lot of these things I am on record, be it text message, email. It's documented that I fought for these things, but a lot of them didn't make it into the final lease agreement. But just because it's not in the lease agreement, it doesn't mean that we can't make these things possible. So I'm still pushing.
All right, Senator April Baskin speaking to us about 3 hours east of here in Albany, in the Capitol. So thank you so much for the time, and best of luck with the ongoing budget negotiations.
Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, guys.
Thank you,
See
Senator.
you soon.